Hello friends, it's me Dr. Aprajita Rao and we are going to continue Cell Biology Part 4, Classification of Cells into Prokaryote and Eukaryote. Now if you remember in the last video, we ended up the video studying about organization of various cells in a body. So now we learn a bit more about cells, and the first thing that we need to know about cells is the two major classifications. Cells are classified into prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic. As the name suggests, pro means before and karyon means nucleus. That means before the nucleus was formed in the evolution time. Now eukaryotic, U means true and karyon, as we know, means nucleus. So any cell that has a defined or true nucleus is a eukaryotic cell. So a cell without a membrane bound nucleus is a prokaryotic cell. If you see in this picture, there is no nucleus around. That is the no nuclear membrane around. Prokaryotic cells are usually unicellular in nature. Unicellular means uni means one, that is a single, and cellular means cells. So any organism made up of a single cell is a unicellular organism. Now comes eukaryotic cells. A eukaryotic cell has a membrane bound nucleus and many other specialized organelles. So this is the membrane bound nucleus of this eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic organisms can be unicellular or multicellular in nature. We know what unicellular means. Multi means many. Any organism that has many cells in it is a multicellular organism. Now let's take a look at the characteristics of prokaryotes. Prokaryotes are the simplest type of cells. We are talking in concern to the internal structure. They were first seen about 4 billion years ago. That is like a very long time back. So it is the world largest group of organisms we know till date. Maybe because they have such a long history because of that. And prokaryotes, they are found in all environments. Prokaryotes are the type of organisms that are known to survive in any harshest to harshest environment. That includes the deserts, the mountains, the coldest area. Prokaryotes do not have a nuclear membrane. We have already discussed that. They have a circular shaped genetic material. They do not have membrane bound organelles. The only organelles prokaryotes have are ribosomes. What are ribosomes? We'll read about them in the future lectures. As compared to eukaryotes, the prokaryotes are comparatively smaller in size. Now all these students, they ask a very common question, that are all prokaryotes always unicellular? So the answer to your question is prokaryotes are nearly always unicellular. Why I am saying that nearly always unicellular? Because these days new researches are going on, and in these researches people are trying to find out that are there any other multicellular prokaryotes present or not. So why are they doing this research? That is because we have always seen that prokaryotes are present in colonies. Colonies are actually groups that they form. So initially people used to think that that is one big prokaryote organism. But later on they realized that in one colony, every single cell has the capability to free live. That is, they're not dependent on each other. Like in us, in eukaryotes or multicellular organisms, the liver cell cannot function without the heart cell. It is not like that in their case. So if they are individuals, like in this case, this is one individual of cyanobacteria. If they are individuals, how do they stick together? So what happens is, even though they act independent to one another, they're very scared to stay alone. They like staying in groups, and what they do is they secrete a slimy layer. This is a slimy layer. So in this slimy layer, because of the slime, there is adhesion and all the cells stick to each other. Now moving on to the various shapes of prokaryotes. The most common shape is coccyospherical. The second most common shape is bacillus or rod shaped. The third most common shape is spiraline or helical shape. So there are various other shapes also, irregular and many other. These are the most common ones. So this is how a prokaryotic cell looks like. It has a cell wall, a capsule, a plasma membrane, a nucleoid region, ribosome, pilus, flagellum. These are various parts of a prokaryotic cell. Now what do all these words mean? We will cover them in detail in the future lectures. Now moving on to eukaryotes. Eukaryotes were seen way after prokaryotes. That is only 1 billion years ago, but still a very long time back. So just like the newer model of iPhone is more advanced than the older model of iPhone, similarly eukaryotes are more advanced than prokaryotes. Nuclear membrane surrounds linear genetic material. So this is the nuclear membrane and surrounds a linear genetic material, that is the DNA. And unlike prokaryotes, eukaryotes have several different parts. Prokaryotes, they don't have any organelles except ribosomes, and the ribosomes, they're only covered with membranes. But in eukaryotes, every organelle has a complex internal structure. So this is how a eukaryotic cell looks like. There are various organelles like Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm, mitochondria, which need to be dealt with in detail in the future lectures. Now a very common question in your 9th grade, you just have to mug it up or understand whatever is better for you, because this question is definitely coming in your exams. What are the differences between prokaryotes and eukaryotes? So I've tried my level best that you don't have to mug it up, making it as interesting as possible. So prokaryotes appeared 4 billion years ago and eukaryotes appeared 1 billion years ago. Prokaryotes, organelles lack membrane, organelles like nucleus. Okay, there is no membrane. Whereas in eukaryotes, organelles are covered by a membrane. In prokaryotes, ribosomes are the only organelles, and in eukaryotes there are many number of organelles of different shapes and different internal structures. In prokaryotes, genetic materials floats freely in the cytoplasm, and it can be DNA or RNA. And in eukaryotes, membrane-covered genetic material is present. Now, don't get yourself confused with what is this DNA and RNA. I'm just telling you for the sake of telling it that DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid and RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. What are they? What does it mean? We'll study in the later classes. Okay? Prokaryotes, they have a circular DNA and they are usually and mostly, like we know till now, they are unicellular in nature. Eukaryotes, they have a linear DNA and they can be multicellular or unicellular in nature. Now the differences are done. Let's come down to the similarities. Both types of cells have cell membranes, that is the outer covering of the cell. Both types of cells have ribosomes. Both have DNA, that is the genetic material. And both types of cells have a liquid environment known as a cytoplasm. This is one animation I found online and I found it very interesting. Whosoever made it were like really intelligent people. If you can just remember this animation, you can have the basic differences between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So friends, this ends my lecture on prokaryotes versus eukaryotes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Till then, keep watching Edupedia World and I'll be coming with the next lecture very soon. This is me, Dr. Aprajita Rao, signing off.